I want to talk about the 4 different strike ranges. That would be the kicking range, the punching range, the clinch range, and the grappling range. Very important, and you need to know it because so kicking and punching is self-explanatory. The clinching range is kind of like in boxing when you see the guys kind of hug each other a little bit. That's getting them in a clinch. That's where your knees and your elbows and your headbutts and spit in the face, bite in the nose, bite the finger off. That's where those things really come into play. And then the grappling range, that's where it's to an all-out wrestle. And different people, according to their skill or body type, are going to excel in different ranges. And there's different ranges that are paired up better against certain types of ranges. This would be during the time where you would size someone up in a fight, whether they're coming close to you. You can kind of see how they're standing. And you can do your research on this. It's all free information. Psychology plays a big part in martial arts where you want to know beforehand what you're going to be using. So if I see some guy squaring up, with me and he's kind of pulling his pant legs up a little bit, I'm like, all right, this guy's going to be a kicker. Here's a lesson in life, especially against you Taekwondo guys out there. I love Taekwondo, but you always want to charge a kicker. Get them into that clinch range because chances are, kicking is high maintenance. And if they're a good kicker, it means maybe they don't have time for the other ranges. Now, I could be wrong, but there's a lot of good moves. If you charge a kicker, you get rid of their point of leverage and you bring it up close where they're off balance. Now they're standing on one leg and you got their other leg in a clinch. They're toast. Grappling is really good one-on-one. It's one of the best when weapons are not involved because then you would get stabbed. Or if you're not fighting animal style where you get a chunk of your forearm bitten off. But wrestling is really good. Me personally, I prefer the kicking range and the striking range with hand strikes. Although I'm not very much of a puncher these days. But, there's other ways to do it. So I think it's important that you learn all 4 ranges and get good at a little bit of moves in all 4 ranges instead of just focusing on one range in particular, because you never know who you're going to be fighting. Chances are in a street fight, you might never see somebody in a kicking range, which tells you that would be a really good range to learn. However, you cannot control an opponent with pain and pressure points with kicks alone. You need to have those hands free to go for the one-hit knockout. So really you want to be a mixed bag and you want to be a switch hitter. Always switch it up depending on the circumstance.